Jamie and I have with us two representatives of a profession that is often referred to as a caring profession. Why? Because this calling involves looking after others when they are most vulnerable. And internationally, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many ignored their personal risks and came to the aid of people who needed their help. We are talking about retired nurses, yes, the nurses, the caring faculty at the hospital, the doctors as well, but the nurses. Here in St. Kitts, we have an organization called Retired Energetic Nurses Touching All Lives, or the acronym RENTAL. Now in studio with us, we have Nurse Mary Liburd, the president, and Nurse Anica Hazel, a member. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Good Morning, SKN.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Doing very well. It's good to be here.
Lovely. So your organization, how did you get the name, and what is the objective and mission of this organization?
Well, the name came about by a group of nurses who were just brainstorming what name to give the organization because they wanted to touch people, touch lives. So they wanted to do something in the community, even though they are retired still, you know. And so I think it was just a click. And that rental came, and that was the meaning, touching all lives. Because from baby right down, you know, to old age, you know, we touch lives, actually. And so that is the objective of our organization is to more supportive of student nurses who will be going into training. They could be a prop for them, that sort of thing. Actually, we sponsor nurses in the training program at the CFBC College. We donate an award to them so that they could continue to pursue their training, because at least we are retired, so we want young ones to come and replace. You must have replacement in anything you do.
It's a must.
So that sort of thing. And we do symposium, the sort of thing, lecture discussion, we go to schools and the sort of thing. Education and awareness. That is the most important, because the more you educate people, the better it is for them to be healthy too, as well. And we visit our other nurses who are shut in and so forth, so that spread some joy. Even though they are shut in, you can still give them some joy. We do that. At least we're touching all lives.
I love it. I love it.
Listen, I love this, and I love the acronym RENTAL. I'm just going to put this out there. It's not nurses who hire them.
No, it's not. It's not.
All right. So when you think of all the work that you've done throughout your career, and even now that you are retired, what, can I ask you, would be one of the highlights of the activities that you have undertaken even now? The highlights.
Oh, well, sometimes we do like tea parties, we do concerts, and we do church services, and we honor our own as well. I was one of the recipients at one time.
So, congratulations.
Thank you. So that's some of the things, some of the highlights. And just education alone, you know, to teach others. We pass through it, so we just want to share our knowledge. So even if in our private setting, apart from when we go to meetings, we will share whatever we've learned.
What is the size of your membership?
Actually, it's about 25 or thereabout.
Wow.
I think that was unregistered. But you know how organizations are. All 25 may not come at the same time. Right, but most time we get a quorum. You want a quorum to do anything. The sort of thing.
So, Ms. Liburd, who was the brainchild behind this whole
The
setup?
child behind it was Miss Lame Delowiska.
Okay.
She is a retired nurse
Okay.
who did nursing service, and she was also the president of CNO, Caribbean Nurses Organization,
Okay.
for the region.
Okay.
So it was her brainchild idea, that sort of thing. Along with the other nurses who helped her as well,
Okay.
that sort of thing. But she's the main.
Okay. And what year did she come up with this
In
idea?
2012, they came together and formed that.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so the face of nursing seems to be changing a little bit in the Federation. We had on the show, I think probably 3 to 4 months ago, 3 young male nurses who are enrolled at the...
Oh yes, we had a male nurse conference, in 2019. We did that to motivate young men to come into the nursing profession.
Right. Nice.
Because, it's all women,
Yeah.
which is not really true, shouldn't be. But,
Yes.
maybe in these parts, we wanted to be an awareness here in St. Kitts. So we had male nurse came from Jamaica, Suriname, and at least we had our biggest contingent from St. Martin, where I did some nursing as well there.
Okay.
All right. So they came in 2019, in October 2019.
Okay.
That was the idea of the male conference, to motivate our young men here in St. Kitts to get into the nursing profession. Because it's not only bedside nursing.
Yes.
You got to be a nurse anesthetist and all that sort of thing, nutrition and all kind of things in that.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
Okay, I'll ask. Yes, so in terms of that, so you opened that to the public. Was it well attended?
Actually,
And will you do it again?
was more so to the public. It was to be, the student nurses came from the CFB.
Okay,
Some came from CFB.
Okay.
Yes, and school.
that's cool.
Because these 3 young men, they go to UE. So did you have any of the participants from the UE nursing program that would have come?
I'm
Oh,
not
no?
sure.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Well, you're here now, so they know how. We're going to
Yes.
talk about how to get in touch with you later on.
Yes.
But definitely, when I sit across from you, I feel this sense of humility because I'm sitting across from people who've worked for so many years in that profession, who understand what it is like to care for people. When you think of informing people about nursing and what it entails, if I were to ask each of you what that one thing is that initially turned the light bulb on for you as to the love for the profession, what would that be?
For me, I will say care,
Okay, lovely.
caring, loving, because just helping, period, just helping. I remember when I was around maybe 9, 10, I joined this thing called St. John's Ambulance.
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
No.
I think I heard of it somewhat, but I'm not sure what it
St.
is.
John's Ambulance Brigade.
Uh-huh.
And I went there, and doctors used to teach us, Dr. Sebastian and Dr. Knight, I can remember. They used to teach us in the night down the Basti High School. And one day they said, one of the teachers said, if somebody for you get poisoned, first thing you must do, get them to vomit and give them some milk or water. And my brother was about 5 or so. And one day I saw him lying down on the veranda. And it flashed through my mind. I wonder if he poisoned, because he was lying down so still. And I put my finger in his throat and he vomited. And when he vomited, they have a thing named Barocado seed. Do you all ever heard that?
I love the alliteration, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway, he vomited up all that.
Oh, wow.
So I gave him some milk and some water. So by the time my mother got home, she didn't have to carry him to hospital because
Nice.
I already did my part. So right away I said, I'm going to be a nurse.
Nice.
Because
You're nursing beginning.
It's helping.
At
Nursing is helping. And if I wasn't able to help my brother, he would have died.
No.
Because I might have thought he's just sleeping.
Exactly.
So for me, nursing is helping and caring.
I love
That's
it.
such a great story.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yes.
You looking for me?
Yes, of course. Of course I am.
I don't have a great story as that.
That's fine.
But I remember as going to school, I remember writing a composition on being a nurse just from how I think
Okay.
nurse should be.
Okay.
And I got 9 out of 20. Could you imagine?
Oh boy. That's not a great story.
Why did they think the story wasn't great? Oh,
By the simple way. And then, well, from there, being with my grandmother, I had this sort of compassion kind of thing for people, feeling for people. And I would assist where I can and so forth. But then as I got bigger, I said, no, nursing, I don't think I can take people who die and so on. However, but then I said, teaching, no, I'm afraid of that. I don't want to be cursed. Policing, they drill too hard.
Can't work.
So I'm going to be a nurse. I went to be a nurse. I prayed and asked the Lord to help me to be a nurse. And He worked it out for me. And I am in nursing.
I love it. I like that competition, the composition did not deter you and you took up the
Listen, I'm eager to have you write that paper again now. I bet you'll get 21 on 20. All right. All right. So we're talking about the organization, and one of the things that we want to get to is the organization's response or reaction to the COVID-19 pandemic. What can you tell us about that in terms of your individual thoughts and as a collective, your response?
Well, when the COVID came up, I volunteered right away. When they asked for people to come, even before they asked, I said if they needed help, I will volunteer.
Nice.
I like doing that. So when Dr. called us and asked if we like to, I said yes. And it being really rewarding just to help. Well, I like to give lecture discussion at my church, so I did a lot of that. Nearly every Sunday evening. I just encourage people, to be careful, personal hygiene. And at my home itself, I have a station. As you come in the door, my station is right there. A sink and sanitizer, soap and water. So I practice what I teach.
Good.
And what I did, we went out into different organizations, apart from different churches. At my church, I had 2 sessions at my church where I gave the vaccine as well in the evening. And we went to the business places. I went to the prison, the carding home, just about wherever we were giving the vaccine. I did. And try to encourage people because there's some of them negative about it. So I give examples like when I started nursing in 1968, you all weren't around then.
Nowhere around, we promise you.
When we started nursing, we had so many children have things like diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus. I even had a sister who died from measles complications at a year. So I know what immunization can help. Because after we started giving immunization, then so many people wasn't coming down with polio and complication of measles. In fact, the very TB ward was done away with because by then we started giving immunization against tuberculosis. So as you know, right now, JNF do not have a tuberculosis ward.
Yay! Thank you for that.
So all that is because of immunization. So that was my drive. Tell them, look, when I started, I had children had polio because if you get polio, you either can't walk again or you don't walk right. As normal. So that's where I try, from my experience, the younger nurses wouldn't have met all those sort of things, but from my experience going back, I know after we started to immunize, many of the diseases came down. So that was my input.
What about you, Nurse Liburd?
Wow, I'm learning.
You're learning?
Yes, because she's more experienced there than I am. And because she's speaking from what she knows, actually, but I did not see people with polio and those sort of things. But however, though, I know vaccine is good. And that sort of thing. But still, it came down to still a personal decision with this vaccine at this point in time. However, when the pandemic came, I was a bit scared, in a sense, because I know it, but for it to be experienced, I never experienced it, so that sort of thing. And well, I was said, my home, I was into the cleaning. I was into the cleaning panic, like I was going mad.
The OCD was on.
And one day I had to tell myself, no. Hold on. Because, the fear.
Yeah, the fear.
Absolutely.
Because we didn't know much about this COVID. And so I pulled myself together.
Yes.
And I said, okay, what to do? Because it's a mental thing and people can be obsessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of thing. However, though, I spoke to people, encourage them to wear the mask,
Okay.
sanitize your hand, and keep, if you have cough or anything, what to do, certain medicine to take, local things.
Yeah.
That sort of thing to take. You have your mental and your Vicks. Do you steam?
Nice.
I encourage them to do their steam. That sort of
Wait, that's good advice to have. I mean, you would know. Definitely. Touching on the vaccine a little bit, Nurse Hazel, thanks again. My grandmother was immunized through your church, the Calvary Baptist Tabernacle, when you took the vaccine to her. And I really appreciate that because being of that age, obviously, mobility and even concerns about getting around, that's still one of the things that you had to consider. I have to say, I'm most impressed by both of you when I heard that, after the pandemic, volunteerism just sprung up and you knew after getting over the manic of cleaning and so on, you really wanted to help and you put your work in rental to do that. And I appreciate that because it says to me that you do care about people, and even when your own health potentially could have been at risk, you still took that risk for the benefit of the community. And that really, to me, is what nursing is about. And I really do thank and appreciate you for those efforts.
So if there are other nurses that are retired in their federation that wants to join rental, how can they do so? You can look into that camera and let them know this one.
This one here.
Okay. They can contact myself.
Okay.
Or other nurses like Nurse Anica,
Okay.
Nurse Merle, Miss Gums, anyone. As a matter of fact, we are having a meeting on the 12th of July, recruitment meeting.
Okay.
Where we are on a recruitment drive, and you are welcome to come. And we will be at the Solid Waste Conference Room that afternoon at 4 p.m.
Okay, great. So that recruitment drive open to not just women, but men, as we heard before.
Yes.
So if you're interested in nursing, these are the people that you get to contact.
So when does retired nurses ever hang up their gloves? Never.
Some do. As we say, you need to really love it. And some people went in not because they love it really, but for a job.
Yes.
So some people hang up their retirement at 55, which is the government time.
Okay.
And some stay on longer.
Just continue.
I nursed for 46 and a half years.
That's long.
6 more months would have made 47 years.
Look at you.
And as I always say, 3 things I have no regret. I will do all over again.
Aww,
nursing, marry the same fellow, and have the same 3 children.
That's sweet. That's sweet. That's sweet.
I have no regrets whatsoever, not even once. Sometimes people nurse and say, I should stop, I fed up.
Yes.
Never once I felt fed up.
No, I always saw you smiling, though. You were always bubbly and smiling.
I never felt fed up. I always enjoyed it. I remember when we stopped working on Saturdays, I was working at the St. Peter's Health Center. And some people said, Nurse Hazel, can you come do me dressing today? I want to go town. And it was no problem. I said, okay, come in.
Nice.
Or they wasn't working time.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Aww.
Just like to help. That's my goal, is to help as we go on in life.
Nice, nice.
You
That's the
could
way
never
to go.
tell.
And congratulations again on your 46 and a half.
Thank you.
And your retirement of working through it.
And tomorrow, Thursday, I'll be honored with the Medal of Honor in Nursing at Government House.
Wow. Congratulations. Look at you.
Congratulations.
Look at you.
Yes.
Beautiful,
Well
beautiful,
deserved.
beautiful.
And Nurse Liburd, how many years did you have?
Over 40.
Oh, okay. Because I remember you too. You always have a big smile on at the wards. Yeah, I remember you too.
Yes. Yes, I am retired, but I have no regrets there, actually. And you still, even though you're retired, you still do a little bit of nursing, not per se in a big way,
Yes.
but in a little simpler way.
Okay.